Hi everyone. So the last class, what did we learn?
About the output field, related list, and page block table.
Yeah. So last class, we were working on Visualforce pages. We had seen how to go ahead and write the content in the Visualforce page using the Visualforcepage table. And using the standard controller, we have used the output field and we have used the related list and the table, apex colon page block table, and what else did we see? Apex colon column.
Column, yeah.
Fine. So today we will learn few more commands in the Visualforce page. So let me connect to the Salesforce. Developer console. Right. So this is what we have seen yesterday. Perfect. Now today new command that we are going to learn, which is apex colon detail. Apex colon detail. What is this command about? This command is to display default layout of the object. Default layout of the object. To display default layout of the object. That means when we go to the Apex, when we go to the Salesforce, if I try to open the account and if I try to open the one text, so this default section, whatever the standard layout section is there, if I wanted to display the same thing, exactly copy of the standard Salesforce. So using the apex colon detail, we can do that. So what I can do is instead of having all of this page block, I can comment this entire lines. And then we can use apex colon detail. Apex colon detail. Now let's go ahead and see preview. Okay, so here let me pass the ID. See, exactly similar to the standard page. Whatever the standard page we have, similar to the standard page, we can display till the partner. And even back to top is also displaying it. Back to top. And I can edit the record. When I click on edit, it will go here. And then let me update this. Click on save. And it is back to the my Visualforce page. So that means everything is similar to the standard page layout, even edit, delete, sharing, including offline. So all the buttons, including all the buttons and styling, everything it is copy of the standard classic layout. So why do we use it? In case if we have any issue, right? So for example, we are working on page block section and displaying specific information into the Visualforce page. Suddenly something went wrong and the client were not able to do anything. For a quick fix, what we can do is, instead of anyway, we are going to use the standard controller. So we can, for the quick fix, we can use the detail section. Later, we can debug and identify what is the problem within this entire code, and we can fix it. And this comment and this will be uncommented. Fine, that is the Apex detail. Now coming to the new command, which is a tab, panel, and tab. So we have a different tabs here: account tab, contact tab, opportunity tab. So these are the tabs, right? So now I wanted to display different tabs. I wanted to display the different tab. I'll comment this detail section. Simply Apex page. Now, in order to display the tab panel, we have to use the tab panel. Tab panel. Inside the tab panel is nothing but collection of tabs. Apex : tab let's close this, label equal to new registration. New registration. Now let me add few more so that we can see how the tab is or tab panel is displaying it. This is the payment details. And this is, let's give account details. Now let's go ahead and refresh the page. See here, this is the tab, new registration, payment, account details. Right, similar like these tabs. So here also I can click on payment detail. I can click on account details and new registration. Right, in tab 3 account details, let me print the detail section here. In the account details, let me put detail section. Now what will happen? New registration will be empty page. Payment details are empty page, but account details are, I have to provide the ID. So let's go to the account details. What happened? Let me try this. Right, so this is the empty section and this is the empty, and account details is, it is giving me the information that is there in the page block section. Okay, here is the data that is displaying it. Right, so how this Visualforce page is getting executed? So right now, whatever we have this page, how this page is getting executed? How this page is getting executed? So how many are there here?
Recording in progress.
How this logic getting executed?
It's creating 3 tabs first. So in a page, it's creating 3 tabs. And in the account details tab, like it's creating a page block. So, and it is dividing that into 2 sections.
Okay. So Raj, how this code is getting executed? What is happening on this code?
Okay, this complete code are you talking about?
Yes.
Yeah, we created one like tab panel, and in the tab panel, what we did it like we gone with the tabs. We created 3 tabs. Miss, okay.
How the code is getting executed here? Sai Kiran? How the code is getting executed? Tell me which one comes first and which one comes next, line by line. The code
First, it
execution
creates a
debugging part.
page
Okay.
with no sidebar and no show header.
Mhm.
And it goes to the account object.
Okay.
So then it creates a tab panel.
Mhm.
So then it creates 3 tabs.
Okay.
Then in the account details tab, it creates 2 blocks or three blocks.
Okay.
Then in the first block, it will create 1 section.
Okay.
And in the second one, it creates another section. And third one section.
Harshini, is that right? Whatever the Amala said, is that right?
Yes.
Why you think? How do you think? Anybody? Is that right execution, or do we have a different logic of execution? How many members says that Amala said correct, the execution part?
Looks correct.
Okay, because
It's wrong.
Venkatesh, why it is wrong?
I might think first page block is running right after page block. First apex page and after a page block after page block section.
Page block comes after panel, am I right?
Can you repeat that?
Page block will come after, when you put the, first you need to put the tab, and the tab you will have a page block.
Venkatesh is saying wrong. Why you think, Venkatesh?
Inside the page block only we have tabs.
Instead
Am I
of
thinking?
page block, we have a tab. Is that so? Where are the page blocks?
Inside the tab.
Where is the tab?
Okay.
Right tab panel.
You got it, Venkatesh?
Yes, yes.
So first it will try to execute the page and it will set up all the styling, sidebar, header, and then account gets executed. After that, we have a tab panels. It go to the tab panels. Within the tab panel, it will go and check what are the different tabs are there. And it will go for each tab. For each tab, is there anything which I need to display it? There is nothing for the new registration. Then it will go to the second tab. Is there anything that we need to set up for payment details? Nothing. Then it will go to the account detail. So for account detail, is there anything? Yes, there is something is there, which is a Apex page block. So first it will go to the Apex page block. Then it will go to the Apex page block section. That's how the logic get executed, and we will see the output when I click on the account details. When I click on the account details, it will show me all the information. Now, so far till now, we have seen everything in read-only mode, whether it is a field or what are the fields are there, we captured everything we have seen read-only mode. Now, how to get the input from the user? Now, before getting the input from the user, we have to use the Apex form. We have to use the Apex form. Apex form is nothing but to display input of data. To display input of data for any acceptance needed. For any acceptance needed. That means you have form command. Okay. That means whenever we are expecting some user input, whenever we are expecting any user input, we have to use the first Apex form. We have to use the first Apex form. So wherever I have the input field, which is another command, Apex colon input field. What is this? This will open up the field in read-only mode. Sorry, in edit mode. Allow the user to edit the value. Allow the user to edit the value. That means in case if there is any user input, that means if we are using any input field, before that we have to use the Apex form. Without Apex form, you cannot give the input field. Let's go ahead and try. Let me show you first. Now in the tab 1, let me add Apex colon page block. Apex colon page block. Title equal to customer details. Title equal to customer details. Apex colon page block section. Apex colon page block section. Inside this, let's print some input fields. And the section also, let's give the title. Let's say basic details. Basic details. Now inside this, I will use Apex colon input.
Okay.
Sorry. Anybody has any question? So let's go ahead and use the account name. In order to use the account name, curly braces, exclamation, account.name. Okay, let's close it. Now we have written without apex form. When we have written without apex form, this is just we have written the input field. Now it says that apex input field must occur between the apex form. Must occur in between the apex form. That means it is suggesting us to use apex form because you are using the input field. So without apex form, we cannot use the input field. Now let's go ahead and add. Here apex colon form, and let's put the end tag at the bottom here. In order to format it, in order to format your code, use the shift tab. Shift tab is nothing but the structure of the code comes up. The structure of the code comes up, shift tab. Okay, so now I have a tab panel. In the first tab, I'm using the apex form. And then inside the apex form, I'm using the page block section, input field. So right now I have taken only one input field, which is the account.name. We can take as many as. Let me take two more, which is account.phone and account.fax. Let's save this. Now let's go ahead and see the output. Now, where is this? Whatever we have written, where is this? This is on the tab 1, new registration form. So by default, whenever we refresh, it will go to the new registration form. So new registration form is showing the information where user can edit it. Now here, when I go to the payment details, it is a blank. When I go to the account details, it is showing the read-only mode fields. Right. So for example, if I take the ID here, ID 18-digit ID. So what will happen? By default, my data comes up here. Now I can change the information, but I cannot save it because we do not have a save button. We do not have a save button, or we have not written any logic. Whenever it is updated, save automatically. We have not written any logic there. So apex form and apex input both has to be there. Without apex form, we cannot use the apex input. Now let's go ahead and add the save button. So in order to add the save button, we have to use the apex colon command button. Apex colon command button. What is this will do? This is basically inside this, this is a command button. It displays similar like a button. Display the button. But inside this button, we have a different actions. We have a different actions. Save. One of the option is save action. What is this save action? Salesforce has given us, we can use the standard save functionality. We can use the standard save functionality. So what is that means? Let me go ahead and show you that practically. Now we have written this. Okay, so now let me add the command button. Apex colon command button value equal to, we have to add some value. Click on save button. Click on save button. And the action equal to, I'm using the action which is a standard Salesforce has given save. Standard Salesforce has given the save. Right, even button names also I have to use the curly braces exclamation. When we have this curly braces exclamation, then only it is going to bind the data. Now let's go ahead and save. And let's see the output. Fine, so we have a button here. Okay, so let me add a break. Fine. So now we have a button here, click on save button. This name we have written on the, whenever we were writing the command button, we had mentioned value equal to click on save button. If I say save, it will display the save. If I say save, it will display here the save. Right here it is the save. Now let's go ahead and see how it is going to work. We have not written any logic here on the button click. We have not written any logic on the button click. Now let's see what happens if I do this. See, it updated 3.4. It updated to 3.4. Let me show you again. Click on preview. Fine. So what I'm doing it, ID equal to 18-digit ID. Now it is 3.4. Now I'm updating to underscore del. Okay. So let's go ahead and save this. It updated. So this save action save is a default Salesforce functionality. Action save is default Salesforce save action. Like this, we have a cancel, edit. Default functionality of cancel, default functionalities of edit. So we can use any one. So we have not written any logic on the button click. We simply written the command button value and what is my action. That's it. So in case if we do not want the command button, can I use the link? Yes, we can use the link also. Link also does the same thing. Instead of button, you can use CommandLink. If it is a button, then it will display the save as a button. Otherwise, it will display like this. But the functionality working is same. I can update the existing record. I can create the new record. Right now it is del. Now I'll update del link. Click on save. So what will happen? It updated to del link. Fine. So this is the command button, or we can use the command link. command link. So command link and command button both are the same work, but only view is going to change. Only view is different. View part is different, but we can see the working functionality is same. Working functionality is same. Shravan, what is the command button does here? What is the command button does? Are you
Ma'am?
there? Yeah. What is
Ma'am,
the
can you hear
command button?
me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Ma'am, in command button, we can save, cancel or edit.
What will happen? What is the exact flow of that? Now how it is going to work if I say cancel edit?
Like if you want to save any record, if you use the command button over there in action, if we keep save means we will automatically save.
Okay. What will happen if I write a new command button action new?
Didn't get you, ma'am.
Hmm?
I didn't get you, ma'am. Like
Instead of save, if I write
Okay.
a new, what will happen? Right now you are saying the action save automatically gets executed. Now instead
ma'am.
of save, if I write a new, what will happen?
We'll get a blank one, ma'am. It will not save. Like there'll be no automatic action in it.
Okay.
Or dummy button will be created.
So you are saying that it will be opening the new.
No, ma'am. It will not open actually, I guess.
Then what will happen?
Error. Ma'am, it shows an error.
What is this error?
Standard controller.
Standard controller, what? So what will happen if I use the new? Instead of save, if I use new button, what will happen?
That are like save, cancel, and edit are the standard functionalities which are there inside that command button. But apart from that, if any other thing we are going, it will not work out.
You are saying new is not a standard button? What is this?
So then in that case, that new should also work there. Then it will give us the option of creating a new.
Okay, can you implement and tell? Okay, that is the assignment for you. Implement a Visualforce page per account and display the following fields as well as the button. Then provide the output, what exactly happens. Now fields are, what are the fields? Let's take a name, phone number, fax. Now button. Okay, so tell me this, what is happening? What I wanted to know is whether we can do it or not. If yes, show me the example. If no, what is the reason? This is assignment for you, Raj and Shravan.
Okay. So, yeah, okay, ma'am.
Fine. Any other questions before I move on? Otherwise, I'll ask the questions.
Can you please try with edit? Means mine edit is also not coming.
Edit, you tell me whether it is will allow or not.
It will allow you. It's not throwing any error. It's not
Okay.
coming.
Okay, why it is allowing it?
Because it's you can edit on a record. You cannot create on a record. You cannot create a new record. That's
Right.
why.
Right. So you got your answer. Anybody has any questions, Shruti?
No, ma'am.
Anyone?
Ma'am, just like whenever we will enter any kind of record or value like account name, so when we click the save button, so there is any kind of interface is working to save the data on database.
That's what I have mentioned. So what I have mentioned is when we use the save here, okay, when we use the save here, this action is Salesforce is providing us. Salesforce is telling that whenever you wanted to save a record, do not worry about the logic. We are giving you some kind of a flexibility that you can use the standard Salesforce button save. That means definitely whenever I use the save button, there is some logic that gets executed at the backend by the Salesforce. Whatever will happen when I click on this save, when I click on this save, whatever the logic that gets executed, the same logic get executed when we do it through the command button or command link action save. Both logics are saved.
Okay. Ma'am, just like we have our standard object account, and we go through the app launcher and we find the our object and we insert the data and save. Like we will create a VF page and we will apply on this record page. So it will be the override to that standard function.
So you will create a Visualforce page. Can you repeat that again? You are going to override this.
Yes. Can we override it? Like
It is
I'll
possible. Change the lightning layout. So let me switch to here. And let's go to the account. Okay, let me open detail section. Let's edit the page. So right now it is displaying the detail section. Okay, right now it is displaying the detail section, which is taken from the account layout. Okay, but in case if you want Visualforce page, any VF that I have, this is a standard. We do not have, but what you can do is in other way also I can show you instead of this.
But you have to pick that Visualforce component and then put
Yes.
it on each layout, and then you select which pages, because you have multiple pages there. No?
Yeah, but the problem is Lightning does not show the Visualforce page.
But you have to enable it for visual, like go to that Visualforce page. Have you enabled it for supported for Lightning?
No, right now we have not done, but let me show you in other direction. So what I can do is here we have a Visualforce pages. Okay, so it will show all the Visualforce pages which are related to the wherever we have used the standard controller equal to account. So in case if you wanted to drag it here, you can drag this and you can delete whatever is there. This is one way to do it in the classic. In the classic, in order to override the layout, what you can do is you can select the Visualforce pages and drag your Visualforce pages here and change all this, whether you wanted to keep it or delete whatever you wanted to remove it. So this is the one way in the classic. But in case if you want Lightning, you can use it. But because the UI will be different for Lightning and Visualforce pages, the UI will be different. So sometimes we don't feel good using the Visualforce page in the Lightning. So that is my observation. But here also we can use, what is my component? It's a 0408 account record. And here we have a option available for Lightning experience builder site and the mobile. If you want, you can use this. Okay, now let's save it. Now let me switch to the Lightning. So right now, edit object. Not edit object, edit page. Standard controller. Still it is not showing me.
Can you search Visualforce pages too? Yes. Can you, there was one Visualforce. Yeah, can you copy that, put it on? Yes. And now on the right hand side, you can add, am I right? Which page? You see Visualforce. Yeah,
This
there.
is my Lightning message LMS 0408. See, that's what I was saying. It. See the look and feel when we use the Visualforce page and when we use the Lightning, we'll see a lot of difference here. So we can use this, but it's up to the developer. But I would suggest do not use the Visualforce pages in the Lightning or Lightning.
No, here we have used sometimes when it is like, when you
In
have
case
created
if you have a lightning component that we are calling from the Visualforce pages, then we can use that. From the Visualforce page, in case if you are calling the lightning component, then we can use. Even for the fields also, if you forget about the layout tab, panel tab, everything. So the field, the font, everything will be a different.
Can you please save it? Let's see how does this work. Payment details and account on the real UI. Like, is it just
Let's
quickly?
go ahead and save this. Activation. Okay, let's go back. Detail section. So if we wanted to change anything, we can change it. Lightning. Let's click on save. It's getting updated. So page also getting refreshed. Fine. To answer Rahul, we can overwrite the page. Okay, it is possible in the classic, it is possible in the lightning also.
Okay, ma'am.
Any other questions? Any other questions? Let me take out this Visualforce page. So that's about today. So interview questions. What is Apex colon detail? What is Apex colon form? And when do we use Apex colon form? When do we use Apex colon form? What is the command button and command link? Apex colon command link. And what is the difference between these two? Difference between Apex colon command button and Apex colon command link. Apex colon command link. What is the difference between these two? Assignment. Implement a Visualforce page. Implement a Visualforce page to display lead information So basically lead detail information. Implement a Visualforce page with the 3 different tabs. The tabs are account, contact, cases. On clicking on account tab, display the following fields: name, phone number, billing address, shipping address. On clicking on contact tab, display following fields: contact owner, contact email created by, show the fields in edit mode. Account name. In read-only mode. Okay, on clicking on cases. On clicking on cases tab, display related list of have cases, inside the case. Let's open one and related list. Related list attachment activity history open activities. Okay, that's not the right. Let me open the layout. Create page. Cases. Okay, then let's go to the page layout. Let's go to the case layout. And we are interested in related list. Okay, so display the related list of emails and files. Emails, files. files, you have to attach the file. Okay, and work orders. Work orders. And work orders. This is the first one. This is the second one. Third assignment. Implement a Visualforce page. Implement a Visualforce page to display contact detail information in second tab. That means I'll be having a 3 tabs. Tab 1, tab 2, tab 3. So on the second tab, which is a tab 2, I wanted to see the contact detail information. Now for this, I wanted to know, is the detail section is displaying or not? Contact detail section or detail information. Is contact detail information does contact detail information shows in tab 3, tab 2? If yes, provide me the program or provide me the example that you have implemented. If no, what is the reason? Okay, these are the 3 programs. These are 3 programs. Implement a Visualforce page to display the lead detail information. That is first one. Then second one, 3 tabs, account contact cases. Account is a read-only mode, data. Contact is edit mode. And these are the related list we are going to show. And the third one is, there are 3 tabs are there. And the second tab, show the contact detail information. And I wanted to understand whether this is working or not. Whether are you able to show the detailed information in the tab 2 or not. Fine. Any other questions? Any questions?
No, ma'am.
So we'll move on to the development. Thank you. Sorry, this is the development. We'll move on to the admin, advanced admin.